A pet that you keep in your refrigerator. Kori Reed from the ConAgra Foundation updates us on their Child Hunger Ends Here initiative. And look out, a food rave is coming to you. For September 28th, 2011, this is Food News Today. Good morning. We're now streaming both on our Facebook page, Supermarket Guru, and on foodnewstoday.com. Also, if you haven't done so already, I hope you go to the iTunes store and download Smarter Shopping, our free app. Immediately following today's broadcast, we will have a live chat to discuss what's on your food mind. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. In Consumer Trends, our first story this morning takes a look at a trend that seems to be expanding quickly both here in the U.S. and across the pond in Britain. It's called a food rave. It's a food movement that involves sharing, learning, supporting locally grown and raised foods, and meeting neighbors and community members around a common theme: food. I guess they used to just visit with each other in parks and supermarkets. And in the UK, these events are being called food raves. No surprise here, they're being organized through online social networks. Someone tweets where they're going to make a dish. They let everyone know where they can go to join in the food fest and eat. Here in the U.S., it's happened in a big way in San Francisco, where over 2,500 foodie visitors lined up for an hour to gain entry into a nighttime food festival that was held in an underground market. It included live music and food from over 70 up-and-coming amateur chefs. Why food raves? Well, the premise is to get to know food better and to support the community and to create more meaning in people's lives. I guess these people have nothing else to do by being more enlightened and resourceful, all the while saving money. It does seem like a new movement in food and eating is getting its start. Anything to get people back to eating real food and connecting with their community is definitely a step in the right direction, even if it's a food rave. For a health and wellness story, we go to an interview with Kori Reed from the ConAgra Foods Foundation about their program, Child Hunger Ends Here. September is Hunger Action Month. Tell us about what ConAgra Foods has been doing throughout September to help in this fight against child hunger.
Well, thanks, Phil. ConAgra Foods continues its Child Hunger Ends Here campaign this September and on into the fall. And we are working with Feeding America and Schools Fight Hunger to get schools and families involved in doing a large food drive. It has two components to it: collecting UPC codes as well as collecting food items. So that throughout the 2011-2012 school year, we can collect an additional 5 million meals.
Now, Kori, there's some encouraging new data from the USDA with regards to food insecurity. Tell us about the latest news.
Well, I think the good news is that we saw a slight decrease in child hunger numbers. So the USDA data came out, and it was 17 million children that were food insecure, and this year we saw that number go to 16 million. However, I do want to put that in perspective. 16 million children is more than the populations of Chicago, LA, and New York put together. So it's still an incredible problem. However, we know we're building some momentum to make a difference.
Why is child hunger such an important issue to ConAgra Foods as a company?
Well, child hunger is something that we've been working on, Phil, since 1993. It's really an invisible issue in the United States. When you talk about millions of children throughout the year don't know where the next meal is going to come from, it's a real issue that we as a food company take very seriously. And the ConAgra Foods and the ConAgra Foods Foundation have been working together to invest in this issue. So the foundation has invested more than $35 million. The company's donated more than 275 million pounds of food. And last year alone, we did 1 million meals a month. So our Child Hunger Ends Here campaign is just building on top of that 1 million meals a month to continue to make a difference for these kids.
It's a great effort, but is there anything that consumers can do to help the cause?
Yes, Phil, and thanks for asking. We're very excited about this fall. The Child Hunger Ends Here campaign continues. People can go to childhungerendshere.com and register their schools and collect UPC codes from ConAgra Foods products such as Chef Boyardee, Healthy Choice, Hunt's, Marie Callender's. For every UPC code collected, ConAgra Foods will match a meal donation. And our goal for the 2011-2012 school year is to donate 5 million meals. On top of the UPC code collection, we encourage schools also to have food drives and collect food products for local food banks in their areas. And we hope to collect about 2 million pounds of food also during the school year.
It's a great program, and right after today's broadcast, I'm going to go to the website.
Well, thank you, Phil. Go to childhungerends.here.com and register a school nearby you.
Thanks, Kori. It's a terrific program that we should all appreciate. In technology today, we head to the fridge, not where you think, but actually inside the fridge, to meet a cute talking animal. And when you hear the story, you may be wondering whether or not technology is at its best use. Now, I want you to meet Frigizoo.
Howdy.
One of the cute Arctic animals who have decided to abandon the Arctic to live right in your refrigerator. Now, when you open the door, they start talking and talking, and they warn you if you forgot to shut it.
Hey, I'm trying to keep cool in here.
But beware, when you leave the door open too long, they get warm, they get cranky, and they start complaining.
Shut the frigid door!
Now, that's kind of rude and kind of annoying, but I guess that's the point. These animals are about the size of a small carton of half and half, and they're supposed to help with wasting energy, keeping your refrigerator cool when you unnecessarily keep the door open too long, and keep the refrigerator temperature food safe. Now, the original animals, the penguin, the walrus, the seal, and the polar bear, had their voices provided by the Japanese hip-hop group Roman Crew. I didn't realize that Japanese hip-hop was so friendly. Not sure if a celebrity is voicing the American versions, though, but you can get your own Frigizoo now by clicking on the Frigizoo information link. And for those of you who are watching it live on Facebook or watching this on YouTube, you can always go to foodnewstoday.com to search the archives for links and transcripts for your favorite show.